Hi, Charlie. My name is Jessica Smith, and I am starting a YouTube channel called Mama Jess. I have a very similar heart to yours. It wants to reach out to the young people of this country and speak truth and common sense and hope and give them meaning and just to see life differently and know there are alternative ways to live than the typical pop culture. I need to tell you this for my own closure, and I want others to understand how important you have been to my life. I was raised in progressive, liberal Santa Cruz, California, and I lived across the street from a Marxist mayor and was crippled early on in my life, incapable of speaking the truth. I was told that there was no absolute truth throughout my public school experience, and of course moral relativism became extremely popular, which confused me endlessly, but there was no place to have a conversation about it. So I kept quiet, and having to stay in that illogical, chaotic, immoral environment brought a lot of heartache and damage to my life. So that really is why I'm doing this channel. And eventually I will have a website. But I wanted to help you understand just the profundity of who you are, not only in my life, but in this world. So if I had an opportunity to speak at your funeral, these are the things that I would say. So I was raised in the professional surf scene in Santa Cruz with some of the greatest surfers in the world, top big wave riders and aerial, just men who could do incredible tricks on their surfboards, and they were innovating. And they would go out in the sketchiest surf, and they were our heroes. They are still our heroes. Some of them lost their lives. And every time one would pass, it was a big loss for our community. But one remarkable thing about their lives growing up in the surf scene is that a lot of the young kids who are aspiring to be great surfers, to be professional, they would always watch their favorite surf videos of their favorite surfers. And they would do that while they were suited up in their wetsuits and they were getting ready to go out. And they did it to get amped. They did it to get pumped up, to be inspired, to be encouraged, to be bold and brave, to tackle that next difficult maneuver or pull into a bigger wave, a bigger barrel. So they needed their heroes. They needed to watch them all the time to keep up that morale and that courage to do what they were doing, because a lot of these young kids started going out in bigger surf, and it's deadly, actually. The environment in Santa Cruz in the cold water with the sharks, the heavy surf, the reef surf, it's deadly. And unless you're fully prepared, and unless you have guides, unless you have people who have shown you even how to get out into the water or how to get back in or how to push through the waves. So you needed to watch these videos over and over and over again to learn from the masters. And I never aspired to be a great surfer, but I did want to be bold to speak the truth. And that environment is so hostile and apathetic to absolute truth or a Christian conservative message that I eventually moved away. And I'm still bashful to speak about the things I believe in that environment. A lot of my friends don't know anything about who I am or what I really believe because I was too scared to speak. And I have spoken a lot these last years. I developed a lot of courage to speak, and it got me into a lot of trouble. I've had an enormous amount of persecution, even among Christians. Not because I have liberal views, but because I have very conservative views about how we are supposed to live our lives. And I don't approve of the hypocrisy and the flagrant sinfulness in the church. And so speaking against it will get you heavily persecuted. And of course, among liberal progressive family members or friends, you will find that those relationships slowly fade away because those conversations are not welcome. And so I've lived in these last years very solitary because my views are not welcome and people don't want to talk about them. And I'm accused of being unloving and proud and judgmental. And then I came upon your videos, Charlie. I don't remember the exact day, but I remember when I came upon one of your Prove Me Wrong videos, I could not believe what I was seeing. It was everything my heart could hope for. Your clarity and your quick wit and your quick recall of facts and the way you could spin multiple arguments so seamlessly that were so sound and so true and so just such simple common sense. I knew I had found the hero that I needed. So this last year, I have watched your videos over and over and have awaited the new videos like all those young surfers would watch their masters. I have been watching you because you are a master. You will always be the master of debate, of a kind, respectful debate, and of incredible evidence, incredible research, well-researched facts. So you have inspired me and brought me out of the bondage that I had been in socialist, progressive, liberal Santa Cruz. And I have looked forward to listening to your debates. And now you won't be speaking anymore. I've had a heck of a time this last week. I'm crying all the time. I just stop and shake my head like, damn it. I needed your speaking. I need your speaking. So disappointing to lose that. I was really looking forward to this new year of all the ways that you would present the truth and information that we needed in such a reasonable, accurate way. And of course, people are going to shame you and misjudge you because there's a lot of foolish young minds out there that don't understand the truth and they are brainwashed. But I will miss your speaking horribly. But I'm grateful there's so much footage of you that I will be watching you in order to get amped, to get pumped up. And I'm grateful that your wife will continue this legacy of promoting free speech in our country, because I know what a crushed and silenced life does to a human being. It is deadly. And if you don't agree, it is okay, but we do need to be able to speak according to our understanding and our experience and our research. So you really are my hero. You could be my son. You are a young man. But I want to carry on what you have, just like so many in this world want to. You really have given us a permission. So thank you very, very much. You've given all of us young, free speechers the courage to go out into deeper waters and ride the bigger waves and take the greater risks. Because I think we all know if you can't live in the truth and be free in the truth, you might as well be dead. It's just a dead life. I've already lived it and I don't want to live it. I want to be free and alive, fully alive. So I will be watching your videos regularly so that I can paddle out into deeper waters and take off on the most thrilling waves, knowing that that's what life is about. It's about the risk and the danger and pressing the limits to discover who we are and who God is and what we're really capable of. So, Charlie Kirk, thank you for your life. I will remember you. God bless you. And I am a believer, so I know that I will see you again. And maybe I will see you sooner than later, because I am ready to share the truth. Thank you.